Okay, here we are again with another god introduction. So why don't we introduce a hunter? And we'll start with Chiron, the teacher of the gods, or of heroes and gods and various other things like that. He's quite the notable centaur. So he's not quite actually a god, he's a notable creature that exists in the Greek universe. But with a hunter, a great thing I love about hunters is staying away from the fight. Being a ranged enemy so that you can harass your foes. And then late game, when you start building up your stats and your skill abilities, then you start turning that around and becoming the damage dealers for the groups, because you're able to get in, cause a lot of damage, and get out, generally relatively safely. Good hunters I've seen, or good games, amount of hits, both assists and kills, with very few deaths. Alright, so let's take a look at him. Herbal Medicine. So every 12 seconds, Chiron collects herbs for a poultice. Each time he uses an ability, he heals the lowest health ally within 30 feet is healed. Cool. That's a neat ability. Training exercise, so ground target warns his teammates to evade the area, removing crowd control effects so they can escape before it explodes. That's pretty cool. Masterful shot, so this is an instant ability. Sorry. Can't read this on my screen. Passively marks his enemies as targets when he damages them with basic attacks. Cool. May activate this ability to fire seeking arrows at all marked targets. And Giddy Up is a dash. Basically, this is a good way for him to evade. May fire basic attacks while targeting. That's pretty cool. Centaurus. He's transformed into a constellation and can fire 3 long-distance shots even through walls. If he would be killed, he does not die until he runs out of time or shots. Alright. Well, let's play with his abilities and let's see what happens when we get him out there. We're going to do all those typical upgradey things. Let's hit out there. So he's already collected some poultices. That's great. I'm already leveling up. There. Let's pick on some people. Look at that seeking shot. That's actually kind of neat. Let's mark targets with that. Mark some targets. Dash forward and run some people over. Right there. Let's throw that in. Let's grab Centaurus. Or Centaurus. Ooh, there we go. We're working here. Getting everybody targeted. There we go. Oh, a double kill. This is actually kind of fun to play this. Just go in there, cause a bunch of trouble. And if we can keep hitting targets, we can keep locking on with that ability. Oh, let's chase down this hunter. Oh, escape. There you go. Alright, I'm going to have to head back. So I need to heal. Okay, so Guan Yu is running off into the sunset. So we'll leave him be to do that while we head back. So, like a lot of the hunters, I like to focus on critical damage. Just to rapidly increase my damage. There's plenty of options for what you want to build. You can either build a hunter that tends to stick around to battle a long time, so build him with higher defenses than your average bear. Okay, let's run him over. Oh, well, that's not good. I don't think I've done much to help on that one, but let's go pick on you. Stay back. Oh, now you're up. There we go. Thank you for the finish. Oh, we are getting surrounded. Let's do that. Let's run into all of you. Oh, we're not going to be able to get back in time. Oh, thank you. Thank you to our warrior for saving us. So, as the critical starts to go up, you're going to find that most of your damage is actually really going to improve. Other options is to be very fast. Improving your attack speed is another viable option. Improve your movement on the battlefield. So there's a lot of options as you progress and start to learn the different hunters. Different hunters, different warriors, different characters of different classes definitely do with better different equipment types. Just because they can, if you find equipment that better tailors to the abilities that they may potentially have, you're able to affect the battle in a different way. And sometimes different enemies require different types of equipment. So I use, with hunters, I primarily go critical. It works for me. It may not work for you, but you don't know. A lot of it is a considerable amount of trial and error, with quite the decent amount of error. There are guys that'll give you guides online for what to use. Definitely check that out if you're interested in looking that deep into it. But I just recommend just playing the game a bit. Get used to a character, find what works for you. Let's go help out him here as he lines up my shots. Oh, darn. A couple of guys that were close, but... it wasn't too bad. We could have finished them off, but... that's where, you know, being able to coordinate with your team is a huge help. Is if I can let them know, oh hey, my ultimate is ready. Oh hey, those guys are about to go. Or can you finish them off? And if you coordinate like that, you're able to successfully deal with the problem of, well, if they get back home, they're full health again, and you're stuck starting from scratch. Where, you know, if they catch you, okay, time to get out of there. We're not gonna stick around and picked on like that. We're going to escape. And that kind of thing is a great way to frustrate enemies, is if you're constantly able to retreat and stay out of their way. Oh, that was kind of fun. I'm going to have to go back and heal. I'm going to have to improve masterful shot, because that's proving to be pretty good. I should be able to upgrade my critical quite a bit on this run in. So 1 level, and just shy of 2 more. Okay, so you guys need to head back. Go heal. I'll go help these guys. So my cooldown is getting pretty close. Even improving cooldown, speaking of which, is a great way to build a hunter. Because a hunter that can use their ultimate a lot kind of actually scares me a little. Oh, no, couldn't fetch him. Oh, there we go. Critical's starting to trigger. Hey. Okay. Just couldn't quite finish it. Oh well. That's where levels and timing come in. If I time shots like that a little bit better, I can... There we go. Finish an enemy. So, this guy's going to be the bane of my existence. He's, you know, definitely a soak-based Ymir. So, I'm going to need a lot of criticals to take him out, because he's going to have a lot of hit points. Let's improve that. So, and that's usually what gives me a lot of trouble playing a hunter, is if I'm facing some very solid defenders, either guardians or warriors, with a ton of hit points, a ton of defense, then I start running into the problem of I just don't do enough damage to them, and you know, even criticals are only gonna help so much. Okay, let's save this guy, because I don't want him doing his thing. Oh, darn it. Uh-oh. We're trapped. Oh. Can we get away? Alright, we're gonna heal. So, we're gonna go heal. We're gonna check that out. So, I'm just about 100 short from fully upgrading this. Another way to turn the tide in the favor of a hunter is buff camps. Good old damage camp. If you have a lot of attacks, or you have a high critical, or both, this is a great way to turn the tide against your enemies, as you just stack on a huge pile of damage. So, One. There you go, and just like that. That's as long as you can stay alive. Obviously, this will not last after you die. So, losing your buff, it can be really detrimental to you. So, being cautious. It's better to have the timer run out on your buff than to be killed really early into your buff and not be able to use it and have to wait for it to come back. Alright. Yeah. So being that guy coming in to save the day can be great as a hunter. There we go. Okay, so let's head back and just spend some money. I'm almost at full health, but I'd rather... my buff is going to run out fairly soon, but I had a fairly successful run with that buff. Oh, hey, there we go. We're just going to fully upgrade our critical to the 9s, so that's pretty much the best I can do with critical. Now I have to decide what else I want to do with it. Because, yeah, there you go. So that's a full up the tree with a damage buff. This is what this looks like when you're dealing with everything that comes tussling, and it's like there's a warrior coming right up into my face, and it's not going to help him any. I do more damage than any of them do, so my buff is ended, but I'm gonna. Oops, we should actually hit our targets. So, but even with my buff gone, okay, so he kind of blocked himself out. I don't know. I mean, you can tell I don't do nearly as much damage to Ymir as I do anybody else, but with enough sustained fire and him focusing on other allies, as long as I don't let him freeze me, I can deal with him pretty quick. So... oh, almost got both of them. If I had done a little bit more damage to her, masterful shot probably would have finished her off, but that's okay. So, yeah, as you can see, if you look at this now, once again, I know some of you are going, but you're playing against easy AI, so stats don't really matter. But this is a good example of how a game can go. I've had games against other players go like this. As long as you got to play really smart with both hunters and assassins. You have to play really smart. I find I have a lot of trouble with assassins because I tend to run in to go get the kill, and as a result pay for that because I can't, I get trapped or I get surrounded. Whereas with a hunter, it's a lot easier to stay back from most enemies. Some situations where it may actually not help much is if you're facing a number of ranged foes, it's not always easy to catch those guys because they're all staying away from you, and if all of them can hit you, then, well, you're in a little bit of trouble. Oh, she apparently got that kill. There we go. And that was that. So, there you can see no deaths, 24 kills, and 5 assists playing Chiron. Able to constantly dole out a large amount of damage in a very short period of time, especially against foes that can't necessarily get to have attack abilities that can cause you a lot of trouble. You can just sit there and just keep shooting at them. You don't even need to use a lot of your abilities. You're going to use a lot of basic attacks, and those are going to do a lot of your damage. High critical with those, even better. Ooh, nice shot. So there you go. There is Chiron.